Okay. So firstly, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about karma gap and the problem we're trying to solve, and um, and answer any questions. But again, I really appreciate you guys accommodating us, and I'm excited to be talking. This is my round two with MetaGame. I think I was on this one of these town halls like maybe 6-8 months ago for our governance product to just talk about that. So I'm excited to be back. So a quick intro. My name is Mahesh Murthy. I'm the founder of Karma. We have two products which we focus on. Is the governance product, which we help delegates in various DAOs build up reputation, and it has its own various use cases. And today, the main topic is Karma Gap, which is what I'm going to be talking about. GAP stands for Grantee Accountability Protocol. So I'll spend a couple minutes talking about the problems we have noticed in the ecosystem, and then talk about the solution the solution at least we are attempting, and the how our product works. And if anyone have any questions, please post your questions in the chat, or if it's not working, feel free to interrupt me anytime. As I said, this is our website. Hopefully, everyone can see the website. It's called Gap. Some of the problems we noticed in the larger crypto ecosystem is everyone is issuing these grants. In fact, we have received a number of grants ourselves. Some of the challenges with these grant programs today is if someone wants to know from the community wants to know what are all the grants given out by that ecosystem and what's the impact it has had on the ecosystem, it is really difficult to it's really difficult to see all of that in one place. You can like go on the forums, poke around and see, and you can go on the governance tools, like look at the props and see who has done what. It's completely like all over the place. That's one thing. And then another thing which we noticed is, as builders, if you're building a public good, for example, like you're applying for like multiple grants across the ecosystem, and one of the challenges, let's say you get a grant, you do an amazing job, and then you go to another community and say like, hey, we've done this, like we want to continue building this. You're not really like carrying your reputation from one place to another. Like there's no, it's so disjointed and disparate. There is no clear place for you to point the grant manager or the community and say, look at all the work we have done. So there's no way to like prove your work and build up reputation and like receive more funding. So primarily those are the two problems like we wanted to solve, and we said, why don't we just build this, like solve this problem? And the best way to solve this problem we felt was, how about every single grant given by a community is put on chain in a uniform structured way so anyone can access it. So let's put it all on chain, and then let's invite all the grantees to say what they're working on, what is the progress they're making, which will also solve the problem of accountability. So anyone from the community can come in and say like, oh, we gave these grants, like how are these grantees doing? Like how much progress have they made? What's the impact they have? So we could like basically, if we put all of this information on chain in a structured way, everyone gets accountability, visibility, and you can do a lot of like data analysis because it's all on chain in a structured way. You can do like impact measurement, like there's a lot of things, like it opens up a number of things. So which is the reason like we started building this protocol. So that's at a high level of what we are building. So as I say here, for grantees, the product can basically, you can use this protocol in the application to report your progress on how we are doing with the grant work. It'll help you build reputation, and then hopefully you can like receive more funding. And from the community point of view, you can not only can you see what is happening like with these grants and their progress, the admins of each community can trigger payments based on milestones completed, endorse the projects, and the community can endorse the project and monitor and impact measurements. So that is what the core of the program does. And so today we have about 5 communities using GAP. And so, for example, like I will show what the product looks like from a community member point of view. If you're a Arbitrum community member or a Gitcoin community member, you want to see all the grants given out in that community, or we have for like every single community. So you can see we have around 190 grants given out by Arbitrum community. All of them are listed. All of these, just as a technical, just a small technical note, all of this is on chain, and we use Ethereum attestation service to do the attestations. So every single thing here is an attestation. That's how we have built it. So any community member can go here. We have categorized it based on different types of programs which have given out grants. And for example, in Arbitrum, you can go like look at like Gitcoin. There's like Gitcoin Citizens, or like so pretty much every single one of these is available. And then you can see the so that's the first one. And then just to go get into a little bit of a concept of how the product itself works. So there is a concept of a project. Everyone who has who's a public good project or any project, like they can go create their project, put in all the details about their project. This is like a one-time thing they can do. They can add their team members who are all part of this project, and it's all of this is stored on chain. And then we have this concept of grants, where for a project, you have received multiple grants from different ecosystems. For example, in our case, we have received a grant from Optimism. We got a couple of grants from Arbitrum. So if as a grantee, it's completely all self-attestation. So I go create a new grant. I put in what grant I received and fill in all the details and create a grant. And then there is this concept of milestones, which is what is used for accountability. So as a grantee, when I receive a grant, I go in and put in like the milestones. So in here, you can see there was these first milestone, add support for Arbitrum 1, and categorize the grants. So all the details of this. Once this is complete, I posted an update that this has been completed. So you can do this for like, you can create as many milestones as you like, or you can post general grant updates also. And every single one of these is an attestation on EAS. I'll also go through like why we chose that and what are the benefits of it in a little bit. But essentially, like you can do these. Again, while we are here, when someone posts an update, you don't have to blindly believe them. So you can have like evaluators or program managers can go in and verify if they have actually done the work, and then they can verify the update. And again, this is also creates an attestation attesting that this has been verified. So once it has been verified, you can see, you just show a badge like it's verified. It's like a comment of like who verified it and what is the like comment. Another thing which we also built, which was like funded by Arbitrum, was how do we, so communities are giving out these grants. Grantees are, you hold the grantees accountable, they're posting updates. Now, how do you measure the impact of this grant on the ecosystem? So Impact measurement is a pretty hard problem. We haven't solved it yet. The first stab we took at solving this is by adding this concept of reviews. So any grant in our ecosystem, you can go in and review those grants. So as a community admin, you can set up like a survey questions on like what all questions you want to ask the evaluators, and the evaluators can go and like rate and comment on like how effective this grant was. So when you're measuring impact, there are two parts to it. One is like the objective metrics. Did it like increase, like if it's a DeFi protocol, did it increase the TVL? Or if it was an event, how many people came into this event, or like what happened? So those are like objective, and there is also a subjective part of it, wherein like what does the community think? So this one captures some of the subjective sentiment of the community about this grant. So this will help the community allocate funds in a better way in the future. So for example, if someone asks like rate your desire to fund similar projects in the future, this person has given a 4 stars, so we should continue to fund like either this grant or similar to these type of grants we should continue to fund. Or you can say if everyone starts giving like just 1 or 2 stars, you know, like okay, this was not, it was a good experiment but it was not a hit, maybe we shouldn't fund these things in the future. So it gives you like a feedback loop for improving your fund allocation. And it's also good feedback for the builders to say like, okay, this was not useful, let me iterate and like improve the product and like make it more useful in the to the ecosystem. So that is the review section, and today anyone can go like review this. And we are excited to add this new feature to review anonymously. So Pocket Network is going to be using it in the next couple of weeks. So we implemented the ZK snarks for anonymous review. So you can have delegates of a DAO or a pool of addresses who you want to review the grant. So you can put them in a pool, and then anonymously only those pool of addresses can review these grants. So we are shipping that to production early next week. So I'm really excited about that. And then another thing is one of the challenges with impact measurement is also the reviewers might not know, if you hire like independent reviewers, like they might not know how to measure this because every grant is so different. So we also have these questionnaires where grantees can go and actually explain to the community like how should the grant be success be measured, and what is the impact they will have in the short term, long term. So this will help the community understand more about this grant and see how it can be helpful to their communities. So that's all related to the grants, and these are all useful for proactive grants. So you receive a grant to start creating this grant, adding milestones and like tracking the milestones and like updates. We also recently added this place where which is useful for retroactive funding. For example, let's say I have a project, I haven't received any grant, but I'm contributing to this ecosystem. What you can also do is add impact to the, so for example, here if you go, so you can, for a project, you can add impact, like explain the work you did, what impact did your work have, and add a proof of impact. So by doing like this, you can document like all the impact you have had on these through your project. And when someone like announces like, okay, here's a retroactive round, like if you have contributed to our ecosystem, apply. At that time, you don't have to like scramble and like see, oh, like what did I do 3 months ago? Like, so you can like keep tabs of all of these in a public way on chain. And then people can like, we're also building a way for like anyone to like attest these impact. so that it has more like more value and it's more credible. So these are all the things which we are doing to solve the problem of like visibility and accountability in the grants ecosystem, and like also helping grantees like build up reputation. So like as a grantee for Gap, if we have to say like we're applying for grant, we can go and say like, look at all the grants we have received, look at all the like the things which we have accomplished. So we have some credibility. Oh. I know that's a lot of things I talked about, but I would love to hear if anyone have any questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have a question related to like which type of projects can use Karma to do their grants? It is only to technical grants, or people with any type of project can participate on it?
Literally any type of projects can participate in it. So we have like technical projects, we have community initiatives, there is like educational companies. There's all kinds of projects around the thing. There is nothing specific to any different category. So yeah, it's
Yeah. So
I guess
let me see if I get it. So through Karma, through the proposals I'm able to put into Karma, I'm able to send those grants directly to the Optimism ecosystem, but also the Arbitrum ecosystem.
yes, we can set up the community for any like anyone.
Wow.
So if you say, oh, metagame is giving out a lot of like grants, we can create a community for metagame and you can start using it. So
Oh,
when a
that's
grant,
great. For
yeah, so
example, I know about Giveth. I know they are doing some rounds right now with quadratic funding on Giveth. So I can like personalize myself my karma, or I have to talk to you to do that addition to for everybody to have.
no, you don't even have to talk to me at all. You can actually come in and like create your project, add impact if you have, and you can show them. If you have already received a grant, then you would go and add a grant that, yes, I received this grant from Giveth or whoever. So,
Oh, great. I have to give a look into that. Interesting.
yeah. So, so there are two use cases. One is for proactive grant. You already received a grant from someone, so you can go add that grant and then track all your milestones and things. But if you have done some work, but you haven't received a grant and you're hoping to get like a retroactive grant, then you just create your project and then add all the impact you have had. Yeah, looks like a lot of the projects. Coconut is one of the very active users of our protocol, actually. So Coconut, I think, is yeah, they are like pretty good about like posting all their updates and things, and like they are like one of the power users of our system. Um,
Great. So they are a great project to check out to see how the platform works. They have been extracting the juice out of it. Out of it.
yeah, I just saw in the chat here, Urbanica. Urbanica is here. Looks like they haven't really. Oh, look, they have one. They're sort of using it. Oh, look, no, they have actually been using. They have posted up milestones. They do have to go post updates, so it clearly shows that it's past due. Got to go post updates. Um, Green Pill is not on it only because no one from Green Pill have like reached out to us. We can create a Green Pill community easily. Again, when I say, so it looks like there are some Green Pill projects on our thing. It looks like we have Green Pill project. Someone has created Green Pill project, but they haven't done any. They haven't done anything.
Yeah, when I was just flipping through Allo, actually, I see there's a few. There's like a Green Pill Nigeria project. There's a Green Pill Thailand, um, but there's
Yes,
just some metagamers at ETH Denver that were a part of some Green Pill
I see.
events there. So I tagged one of the members from that, so
Cool.
he can
Um,
reach out to you.
yeah, and we also integrated with Gitcoin. So Gitcoin is actually using this protocol for their anyone who has like received funding on Gitcoin. They will be able to use Gap, and it will all show up on the Gitcoin's website also. So, for example, if you go to Gitcoin, and let's say, I'll just take for example some project here. So there is this grants tab, which we are actually planning to, we'll rename this to milestone. This is on Gitcoin website. If you go here, oh, look at this, I picked the right good one. So you can see Smart Invoice is on Karma. Smart Invoice. Yeah. So this project, GG18, will also show up in Gitcoin's website. So you can go here, and before donating, you can see like, oh, what all did they do in 18? If it was Smart Invoice, they should really go here and post an update or create milestone or post an update, and it will automatically show up on Gitcoin's website. And hope soon Gitcoin will also be using, when they have like they run rounds, or anyone who uses the Allo stack, Grant stack uses the their system for running rounds. All the applicants, if they have a Karma profile, it will also show up there. So that's something which we're like building with them to like help the grant round managers make it easy for to evaluate applications. If you get like 500 applications, they can quickly see like, oh, out of 500, how many applications are on Karma? How many of them have received grants in the past? How many like milestones have they completed? So you kind of have like the reputation, which will help like your as a grantee, your application will like it'll be evaluated quickly, or like you'll be it's easy for the grant managers. So you might be like you might get approved fairly quickly. So and we are working with like number of other like teams in the ecosystem also.
This is super awesome. I really enjoy Karma.
Thank you.
It's great to see some metagamers like Urbanica already up there and using it, that we had a metagame profile really soon too.
Yes, madam.
I think this is very handy. You definitely help address the issue of grants being spread out all over the place and not really being able to keep track of what's going on and who's where. And this is really nice to see it all in one place in a very clean looking dashboard. I think this is going to be super powerful for a lot of communities.
Yeah, thank you. And thankfully, with the Ethereum upgrade with for Denken upgrade and 4844 going live, now like to post milestones, it costs 2-3 cents, and to create a project, it costs like 20 cents or 30 cents. Like it is like really like it used to cost like $1 to like post, $2-3 to create a project or a grant. It literally went down by like 80-90%. So what we are also doing is we are integrating with various systems to auto pull all the projects. Like if you create a project on like application and grant, if it's approved, we'll automatically like import it. So you can just simply come in, your project is already there, and then you can just simply like go and start using it. So we can afford to do like completely like we can literally pull every community in the entire ecosystem and pull in all their grants and do that. Like we just aggregated like around few hundred optimism grants. We're just going to load it, and it's only cost us like $100 probably to just literally post every single like grant in here. So
super awesome. And I posted up here. I saw your Mirror article with your collaboration with Gibbet. Can you say anything about the contributor analytics dashboard that you're looking to work on?
Yeah. So Karma has really two products. This is gap.karmahq.xyz, and then we have the governance product where we help the DAOs with their contributors, understanding like who the contributors are and how they're contributing, and you could use that for like compensating them and those various things. So we worked with Giveth on indexing all the contributors and their forum activity, their voting activity, and they also wanted to like see like how the GitHub contributions are happening. So we index their GitHub commits and based on their repositories, and then kind of like build this leaderboard. And I think they were going to use this data and put it into. They have another internal system which is which they use to like give out compensation or like yeah, so they were going to hook this up into the praise system, I believe. Yeah.
Awesome. We use praise here too. I wonder if this is does this work in tandem with like Coordinate, or is this kind of replace systems like Coordinate?
No, I wouldn't say like it would replace Coordinate. Coordinate has this whole like coordinate circles. Everyone gives out like these to gives to others. So we don't have any of those concepts. I think it could be complementary, but yeah, but I don't know how like if Giveth is using Coordinate. I'm not sure.
We use Coordinate here a little bit right now, but we also have praise set up a bit. So yeah, it's curious. It's keep an eye on how Giveth uses it. This is really cool.
So yeah, we have a number of DAOs. These are all the delegate dashboards, but there's contributor dashboards. Like it's fairly like easy to index if you're looking for any on-chain voting systems. It's easy to index that. Snapshot, if they use like that's index easy. Forum we index, and also GitHub. So those are the things which we index today. Yeah, that's everything.
I like what the conversation have been popping up with Cove saying that this is what he was like looking for when he joined. I see this like somehow blockchain agnostic and looking to take the best out of any chain where you can develop it. This is an actually decentralized protocol. It's like an hyperstructure, so I think it fits. And I do feel that many players can get to use these tools for their personal entrepreneurships, but also for metagame itself.
Yeah, absolutely, and the whole thesis of like Karma and our mission is to help contributors in the ecosystem build up reputation, and not just build reputation, but like actually use it for things, which is how we think about it. So Gap will help you receive more funding if you do a good job, build up your reputation and get more funding. Like our contributor dashboards are used for like compensation and various other things. So really, that's how we think about it. It's like we have like our mission has like evolved over like the last couple of years. We started out as like, oh, let's build this reputation system for crypto, but now we are like, we'll build products which where reputation plays a big role, but then it needs to help people like for them to it should not only build up reputation, but they need to be able to use that reputation for things. So That's
That's awesome. Are you guys do you incorporate Celos at all? So
could you Cello?
Celo, yeah. Are you like I'm specifically wondering if like hypercerts could be integrated into these profiles at all?
Yeah, so I have spoken to the hypercerts guys to like we are just like trying to see if anyone wants to use it, then we'll do the integration. One of the idea was you could like create your milestones, create these attestations of it, and then let's say you have created impact, you posted an update, and one of the ideas we had was, can you like simply add a button here to like create a hypercert and then share that for people to like purchase. Like, hey, here is a thing I posted an update. I really created an impact, I think. So they click off a button, create an hypercert, and then use that hypercert for like whatever they want. As soon as like this update has been verified. So we have talked about it. It's just that we're like looking for someone to like, if someone is like willing to like try to use it, we will be happy to do the integration. Like we are in close touch with them. We talk to them regularly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could think of a few projects that I can send towards you that might want to help encourage that integration.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
And then we have a recent member of the community in MetaGame that's been poking around that works on Telos. Are you thinking of expanding it all to like Telos or other chains that are not EVM?
Today it is only on EVM, but if there is a if someone is like interested in like for their ecosystem, we can definitely figure out. Like I just need to like understand like just rewrite the contracts and things. Like I have no idea like which ecosystem and what it will take, but we'll be able to do it if there is interest for sure.
Okay, I tagged the person I was talking about in the chat, and maybe you guys can connect. He's not here at the moment, but he has a project going, and he was thinking about reaching out to hypercerts, and maybe you guys can connect.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Murthy, there's anything you want to share with us before saying welcome to our second guest?
I think no, I think pretty much everything is covered. If anyone have any feedback or suggestions or requests, or if you want to us to onboard your community, please reach out to me. That's my Telegram, and I'm also on MetaGame. I'm always on the MetaGame Discord as well. You can DM me here also. But again, very like thank you for having me, and I really appreciate it. And always a good conversation. And yeah, thanks again.